In this video, we will be looking at the new Connect user interface.
Starting from the top of the screen, we still have the top navigation bar with access to the knowledge base, the benchmark selector, grade point selector, and the notifications panel here. If we then drop down to the left side panel here, you can see that this has been condensed from the long left menu into shorter tabs, but you can still access the same areas by clicking into the different sections. Again, please note some of these areas are controlled by user permissions, so if you're not an admin user, you may not have access to all of these. If we start from the top, we have data management, which takes you directly to the different areas for uploading student, teaching, or grades data. We also have the manage user section below. So this is where you can add users, deactivate users, and control your user permissions. We also have the analysis settings button here. In here, you've got your comparison groups and the benchmark selected. There's also the reports and download section. So in here is where you'd find the MEG reports, your exam report, also your additional downloads. So if you've ever had a training session with us or anything like that, we tend to upload the recordings into the additional downloads area. So that's where you find those. Also at the bottom, we've got the manage account section. So in here is where you can change your password, manage your subscription if you're an admin user, data sharing consent if you're part of a group contract, MFA, etc. Middle section of the home page is broken down into steps. So we've got step 1 and step 2. Step 1 is the grade point selector, and in here you have 3 options: option A, option B, and option C. Each of these options is explained via a tooltip. So if you hover your mouse over the icon, it just explains what each of those basically means. Option A selects your latest exam results with one click. So you can see right now I've got a monitoring point selected, but if I want to view my exam results, I'll just click the examination trend button. You can see it's automatically pulled through my 23-24 results. If I also just click into the grade point selector up at the top here, you can see it's automatically pulled through my past 3 years worth of exam results prior to the 23-24. Option B is where you can select the latest monitoring data by year group. So if I just want to see year 11, I can just click into year 11 and you can see it's automatically pulled through my April data drop. Similarly, if I just want to look at year 13, I can click year 13 and you can see it's just changed it to the year 13 April data drop. Also, again, if I go into the grade point selector, you can see it automatically pulls through the historic grade points before that one. So you can see here I've got my September mocks, my November mocks, and my January mocks as well. Option C is where you can select a specific data point. So this might be a monitoring point from the last academic year or just one from the previous month. Clicking into here opens the grade point selector. So you can see this is what I've got currently in there, but if I want to, say, focus on the January grade point as my main grade point, I can just press this button to drag and drop it into the main grade point. Or if I don't want to look at year 13, I can just press the edit pencil and then the bin icon, and then it will use these drop down boxes to find whatever grade point you're looking for. So it could be an old academic year, or for this one, I'm just going to use my 24-25. I want to look at year 11. I want to look at monitoring results, and then I'm going to look at my January mock, and I'll just press the tick. So once you've chosen your grade point, you'll then choose your analysis zone, which is in section 2. You'll recognise that our zone areas have stayed the same as they are in Connect currently. They just now appear horizontally, and there's a short description in each box which tells you exactly what each zone does. So let's start with strategic analysis. And if we click into it, it takes us to the new landing page that gives us 2 options. First of all, option A is where you can create an interactive session within Connect that will allow us to view the data within the platform. Option B is where you can generate a PDF report instantly, and this will just go into your downloads. But today I'm going to start with option A, and I'm going to create an interactive session for my year 11 January grade point. So I'm just going to click onto here, and then I'm just going to click Key Stage 4. I don't want to set any comparisons today, but if you do, you can just click those in this button here. When you create a session, it will take you to the overview screen as it does currently in Connect. But the key difference here is that we've now removed the hover function. So before, where the word overview would appear here, you would then hover your mouse over it and it will give you a drop down of all of the different tabs within this section. We've now removed that and displayed those options in this tab format along the top, so nothing is hidden. So it's really simple. If I just want to switch from my overview screen to look at the attainment profile and see all my raw results in there. Similarly, if I just want to switch to the quality indicator and just look at my thermometer score, I can do in here. We also have a similar function with the analysis zones now. So you'll see along the top here that there's loads of different tabs for those analysis sections. So rather than having to go back and forward between the home page, if I just want to move from the strategic zone just into the subject zone, I can just click that and it takes me to subject. Similarly, if I want to jump from subject to student, I can do that as well. And then I can just return to my strategic analysis zone and it's still the interactive session. Once I've finished my strategic analysis zone session, I can just press this button up here and it'll give me an option to go to the session or stop the session. So I'm just going to press stop session. To see subject level analysis, we now have a new button that allows you to jump straight to the subject that you're interested in. So if I'm a subject lead or teacher for A-level biology, I can just click this choose button and find biology in this list, or I can also search for it in this box here. Clicking into this button then takes you directly to that subject page in one single click. And again, we have the tabs along the top to switch between the different sections. So from here, I could go look in the Trends tab and see the difference between two different monitoring points. Or if I go into the Students tab, this is where you'd find those ad hoc groups tools to isolate students. Or we could use the What If tool and model how the thermometer would be affected with students achieving different grades. Within here, I can also click on the subject to switch it to another one. So say, for example, if I want to take a look at A-level physics, I would just click into here and find physics in this drop-down list, or again, I could search for it and it would take me directly to the physics screen as well. If I just go back to the home page, I can also press the View All button to see all of my subjects in one table. So if I just click that, so this is the screen you would see currently in Connect if you just clicked into subject analysis. And similarly, you can just click on any of the subjects on this left-hand side to jump into that subject screen. Now, if I just go back to the home page, let's take a look at student analysis. So to see my student analysis, I just click in the student analysis zone and press View. This takes me to my student overview screen. Again, you can just see all of the different coloured lozenges for all of your different student grades. It works in a very similar way to the current UI, so I can apply any filters or focus groups along the top. I can also reorder my columns in any way that I want to. If you are looking at a Key Stage 4 grade point, so let's just switch this back to the Year 11 one, I can also jump in and view my Progress 8 measures and my attainment measures as well within this same zone. We just go back to the home page again. The next zone along is the performance measures zone. So again, this includes all the same analysis currently in Connect, but now I can select from the drop down exactly what I want. So if I just press choose here, if I was looking at Progress 8, for example, for my Key Stage 4, I can just press the Progress 8 button here and that takes me straight to that page. Or say I wanted to look at best 3A levels for my Key Stage 5 students, I would just select my Year 13 grade point, click choose and press best 3A levels and it takes me directly to this screen. Then if I go back to the home page again, we also still have the monitoring accuracy zone that's in Connect at the moment. If I just click into here, again, this is the same view you would get in the current UI. The main difference being is that nothing is hidden now between those drop-down boxes. Everything is displayed, so I can just switch between views however I want. And finally, if you are an IB school, we also have the IB section still available in the new year UI. You would just press View Analysis to see that.
Thank you for watching, and we hope that you enjoy using the new user interface.